Hi, it's Tom from bkmnutrition.com, and today I want to talk about the dangers of doing the same workout day in, day out, and how that can actually lead to diminished results and actually lead to you maybe losing some muscle or not progressing at all in your training over time. Now, this might sound like sort of doom and gloom type scare tactics, but it's not. It's actually something I've seen myself in watching people in my gym train, and also from working with clients on their training. So this video came about as a question that I was asked in my gym by somebody, so I thought I'd do a video on it because it's something I see quite a lot of. Now, what I'm going to talk about here is sort of the adaption principle with the body. So your body and your mind always gets good at doing jobs that you give it. So say, for example, you start, the simplest way is to explain is like riding a bicycle. When you first start riding a bicycle, you obviously have no idea about how to do it. You have to learn how to pedal and the balance and all those other things. After you've done it, it's very easy. You can do riding a bicycle very easily, and you never really forget that skill. Maybe you become a little bit rusty if you haven't ridden for a while, but you never really forget that skill. Your body lays down those sort of pathways, those mental pathways it needs to, gets the muscles firing the way it needs to, and you can ride a bicycle very easily. So what was originally a hard thing to do has now become very easy. Let's also think about if you've ever done any sort of new skill or new job. Whenever you go into a new job or a new skill, if you're say doing it for the first time, say I was a roofer for a little while between school and university, and I went into doing roofing for about 6 months or so as a sort of a stopgap, and with the first couple of times I was doing it, I went home absolutely aching after each day's work, and everybody on the site was laughing at me saying, "Oh, look at this guy, he trains and he can't even get some tiles up a roof." A couple of months later, I was walking up the slats with the tiles on my back, same as them. But here's the thing: is that I didn't really gain or lose any muscle in that time. I just got good at doing the job, doing the skill, and after a while, I was able to do it by not even thinking about it. And now, these are sort of two examples of skills that your body learns and adapts to, but it is also the same with your training. Because remember, when you're training, you're trying to maybe build your muscle, lose a bit of body fat. When the body's training, it's trying to think about adapting to a stimulus and getting good at it, so it requires less energy to do it, because that's what the body is always about, is to conserving energy, making you good at the thing so you can keep doing it again and again and again. So the body doesn't recognize training stimulus as, oh, I want to look good on the beach. It recognizes training stimulus as, oh, it's trying to lift that weight with that muscle. How can we get good at doing that? Now, when you think about that, if you give it the same stimulus again and again and again, it's going to get very, very good at doing that. Now, I appreciate that some people watching this video going, hold on, if I'm training for, say, powerlifting or something like that, and I'm doing bench press and deadlift and squat, I want to be doing squat and deadlift and bench press over and over again to be able to get good at it. And yeah, that is true. You want to do exercises over and over again, so you develop the skill in that exercise in order to be able to progress and do it without even thinking about it, and also develop that mind-muscle connection, which is so important in bodybuilding. I'm talking about when you're flexing the muscle, you can actually feel it flexing in your mind. You can flex it with your mind. This is something that Arnold Schwarzenegger talked about a lot, and a lot of top-end bodybuilders will tell you about. If you want to really engage with the muscle, you've got to be able to flex it at will, like this. You want to be able to do it without even thinking about it, just engage the muscle and flex it. Now, of course, that's a bit of a comical, showy thing to do with the chest, but many people can't engage their chest properly. What they want to do is they just want to lift the weight, and they don't think about engaging the chest properly. And when I coach people for chest training, I always have to teach them how to engage the muscle before they can lift the weight. And once they've done that, they can think, oh, actually, I can lift more weight, because they're engaging the muscle properly. But what they've been doing over years, the body's been adapting to lifting the weight and not engaging the muscle. So here's the danger: when you're doing the same workout again and again, over and over again, if you can actually do the lift and get the weight up, you might not be thinking about engaging the muscle properly. You're just thinking about getting the weight up. Now, if you are, say, training for a powerlifting competition or something like that, then you're maybe not too concerned about that, because the concern is getting the weight up, lifting the weight. And I'm certain that World's Strongest Men people aren't thinking about how they're engaging their rhomboids when they're lifting something. They're just thinking about, let's just get that weight up and get the Atlas stones onto the thing, let's push the truck, whatever. They're just thinking about that. They're not thinking about the technique involved with it, although I appreciate there is technique. If you're a bodybuilder looking to build the maximum amount of muscle, you need to be thinking about engaging the muscle, because it's how the muscle fires and how the muscle engages is how you're going to target every single muscle fiber and get that muscle fiber growing properly. And I've talked in other videos about redundancy and making sure every fiber is depleted, so I'm not going to go into that here, but it's really important to know how to engage and flex the muscle. So you can't just do the same thing over and over again. You've got to do lots of different exercises in order to learn how to fire that muscle properly from different angles. Once you've done that, you can, yes, of course, you still do squats, you still do deadlifts, if your back allows you to do deadlifts, you still do bench press, shoulder press, all those nice big core muscles. I do those again and again, repetitively, workout after workout. I do some form of deadlifts in most of my back training. I do some sort of, excuse me, itchy nose. I got to do some sort of bench press type movement, although I don't do flat bench because that's what caused my disc injury a little while ago. I do some sort of shoulder pressing, I do some sort of squatting, etc., etc. I recognize that those exercises are important for mass building. However, my workout is not just a collection of squats for legs. It's not just a question of shoulder pressing for shoulders. And this is where a lot of people fall down, and they get focused on that lifting that big weight when they're doing their bodybuilding training, and they're not focused on how to engage that muscle properly. So you still need to have the core exercises in there to obviously stimulate that core strength, but it's the stuff you do afterwards which is the real thing that builds the muscle. And this is why we're talking about shocking the body. Some people talk about shocking the body in terms of doing weird things on Bosu balls and like bands all over the place and everything else. Some of those things have their places, but really what we want to be thinking about is how to engage the muscle with different exercises which you can lift a decent amount of weight on. So say for example a back workout, it might consist of some sort of row and then some sort of deadlift as a sort of a standard, but then I might do different variations of pull down. I might do reverse lat pull down, I might do close grip, I might do one arm lat pull down. All these things are variations on a theme. You know, I might do stuff on Swiss balls, I might do stuff on whatever, you know, might use some bands on the leg press every now and again because that is a good way to train. However, I'm not going to be doing the same workout again and again and again. And this is the problem I see in my gym sometimes, because not everyone in my gym comes in. Most people know how to train properly. I also see in other gyms when I go training, I see on YouTube and stuff like that, people doing the same workout. Their chest workout is, let's go in, let's do some flies, let's do some bench press, or they skip the flies and do bench press. Then they do some sort of cable stuff, then maybe some pec deck, and that's probably it. Maybe something else. That's their chest workout, which they do again and again, every single chest workout. When they're doing their legs, they come and do some sort of squat, and then maybe some leg extensions, and maybe some leg press. And that's about it, because those are three sort of core exercises people know how to do for leg press. There are so many more exercises you can do for legs, but a lot of people don't want to do them because they're tough, like walking lunges, you know, they're tough exercise. Single leg leg press, tough exercise. People don't want to do it. But this is the thing, they don't put variation into their workout. They do the same workout again and again and again. And the body goes, no problem, I can do that workout, no problem. I know that if I'm training legs, and most people train on the same days as well, so the body starts to learn that Mondays is chest day. So that it knows on Monday it has to fire muscles in the chest in a certain order to facilitate that workout. It's just like you go into work. Just like me with the roofing, you go on the roof, and my body knows I put the tiles on here, so I need to adapt to that sort of lean principle there. I need to learn how to do that in order to do the job. And the body is thinking it needs to learn to adapt to do a job rather than what you want it to do, which is grow bigger muscles. Because if the body grows bigger muscles, it then has to feed those muscles with calories and keep them maintained with blood cells and blood supplies and everything else. It doesn't really want to do that. If it can, it will lift the same amount of muscle, the same amount of weight with the same amount of muscle and just get used to making that muscle more efficient. So we really don't want to be doing the same workout again and again and again. We want to, and it's a bad word, keep the body guessing. It's a bad phrase. People say that all the time as an excuse for doing some sort of weird shit on a leg press. But that's actually not what I'm talking about here. What I'm talking about is using sensible exercises. And if you trawl through my YouTube videos, there are exercise workout videos you can look at. I have listed, or at least I will be listing over the next 6 months or so, depending on when you're watching this, every single one of the exercises I use in my gym and in my coaching program, so that you can search, say, back exercise, and here a little list of back exercises will pop up. You know, you can search all those. There are tons and tons and tons of exercises you can do, which don't have to be the same workout you did every time, every week. But people don't want to do this. They like this. They like doing the stuff they're used to, and because they do that, they do it again and again and again. And what happens is, because they are not focused on their workout, because they haven't got the energy in their brain to go, oh, let's do this, and they're not fired up and excited for their workout. They're just doing, oh, what's next? Okay, let's do that. Oh, let's text the missus. Or let's chat to my mates. Or blah, blah, blah. You know, that's what happens. Your mind goes off the workout, and you start thinking about what's happening at work. You start thinking about what's happening with your mates when you're going out on Friday night, whatever else. That's what you're thinking about, and the workout is sort of like a sort of segue into that. I've seen people on the leg press on their phone talking, not doing anything. What is that about? How are you possibly thinking about your workout if you're talking on the phone on the leg press? If that's you, get out of the gym you're in, because you're not training properly. You're just taking up someone's space who does want to train properly. Sorry, a bit of a rant there. But what I'm saying is true here. If you're not focused on the workout, and if you're doing the same workout again and again and again, and most people don't track their workouts, they're not really logging to see if they've actually progressed, you know, you're not going to get what you want out of a workout. You're not going to grow any muscle. You're not going to get bigger. You're just wasting your time going in the gym. And then what happens is you ask someone like me, what's the best exercise for doing this? And I go, oh, right, you need to do this. Oh, okay, I don't fancy doing that because that's different. And then just go back to doing the same thing they were doing before. Yeah, so it's a repeating circle. So don't do the same workout you do every single week. Change it up. Change up the days that you train. Change up the body parts that you train together. I have had some awesome workouts doing quads and chest, which does not in any way you think about putting those two together, but it actually works really well. I've done things like hamstrings and chest, totally different opposite parts of the body, which you can get really good push and pull work out of it. You can do back and quads. You can do loads of different sort of things. Weird combinations that the body's not expecting. Oh, I've got to fire that and that. What a weird combination. I wasn't expecting that. You know, you get adaption to that, and then you do that for a little while, and you do something else, do something else, do something else. And this is essentially what I teach in my coaching program. Now, I'm not going to turn this video into a sell for my coaching program, but that's what I teach, because that's what I believe in, and that's what I teach all my clients to do. So if you do want to do something different with your training, come on my coaching program, or look at all my YouTube videos and try and build it yourself, which is possible if you've got the time to do it. But that's my rant anyway for today. So hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it gave you some new ideas. Don't do the same workout again, week in, week out. Don't do that. Don't be that person who's sat on a leg press on your phone because you're just going through the motions of doing legs. No one likes that person. So I hope this video was helpful. Hope you got something from it. If you did, like, share, comment, etc., etc. And I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.